Hi everyone, welcome to episode 7 of Knitting with Clouds. My name is Anne. You can find me on Ravelry as knittingwclouds. And if you want to join the Ravelry group for this podcast, you can go on Ravelry and look up Knitting with Clouds. So, hello everyone. I know that it's been a really long while between episodes 5 and 6. It's just been very, very busy, and it's going to continue to be pretty difficult in terms of filming podcast episodes for the foreseeable future. So I wouldn't count on regular episodes, but I'll do what I can when I can. As you can see, there's a guest. I'm not sure if you can see her, but this is my guest podcaster once again. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Camila. I'm Anne's friend. I'm a guest on the podcast, but this is like my house, so.
Yeah, I'm a guest in her house, but she's a guest on my podcast.
Yes.
I came over to her place because I thought it would be easier for her to show off some of the things that she has.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Yeah. So I already talked about this in the pre-intro to episode 6. But I'm going to say it again in case some people didn't watch that. I have been very busy since episode 5. I actually didn't knit or crochet for the entire time between episode 5 and 6. And I was going to say that there isn't a whole lot of new things that I have to show you, but Camilla and I recently went on a trip to Portland with one of our friends.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. And I actually got some new things in Portland, and Camilla and I are looking forward to showing our loot.
Yes, loot. We got a lot of good stuff. And Portland was wonderful.
Yeah. While we were there, we went to a couple of different places. We went to Powell's bookstore. And then we filmed this once before, but then it was a little bit too much like Hades. Camilla will understand that. But Camilla was showing this water bottle that she got at Powell's earlier. And do you want to explain again why you like this water bottle?
Okay, one sec. I'm making bread pudding, but I'm going to come over there. So I got this in Portland at Powell's City of Books. And I love it because it's kind of like a joke nutrition label, but for science fiction. Because I love science fiction. And so it's suggested daily amount of calories are scientific premise, alien civilizations, space travel, social allegory, and stuff like that. And I love it. And I loved Powell City of Books. They are not kidding when they say a city.
Yeah.
Like, they are not joking. It was so much fun, and I got amazing, amazing things. Yeah.
Alright, well, since you're here, I'm going to mention some of the things that other places that we went to before I asked her to show her work in progress.
Yeah.
She didn't understand that WIP stood for works in progress.
I thought it was like whips. And I was like, but why? Wasn't that bad?
No off-color jokes, Camilla.
Wasn't that bad?
This is the sort of thing that I had to deal with in the car on the way to Portland.
Sorry.
Because she started it. There's apparently a lot. There's a lot of adult stores in Portland.
Yeah.
Especially on the way that I don't know if it was just in the area that we were like driving through, or if it's just like scattered all over Portland. But then there were a lot of adult stores, and then I noticed some of them, and I saw the names, and I was just like, oh, that's weird. And then she started making all these jokes, and then that caused our friend to join in. So I was just like this one person sitting in the back seat listening to these two crazy people make adult jokes. This is not what I was expecting when I went to Portland.
I thought Honeysuckles was the best.
Yeah, I have a picture of this store called Honeysuckles.
Yeah.
So we went to Powell's bookstore. We went to the International Rose Test Garden, which was really nice. It's actually free. I didn't know that.
It was.
Yeah, it was free. You just walk right in. All you have to do is just find parking. And
remember that one guy wouldn't let us park almost? There was this one guy, and he was sitting in the parking spot, and we're clearly signaling, and he was just sitting there, and we're like, can you move, please?
I mean,
come on.
Occasionally, you would see his back lights light up, like he was about to reverse or something. But then he just never moved.
It was super weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. And but yeah, so we went to the International Rose Test Garden, which was really, really nice. There was actually this really nice shop with like teacups and things there, and it smelled really nice
Oh,
inside.
it smelled amazing.
But then the thing is, like, it was closing just as we went, and I managed to sneak in because like I didn't realize it was closing.
Yeah.
I thought it was still open, so I just walked right in, and then the lady who was attending the shop was talking to someone else, so she didn't see me. But then Camilla and and our friend tried to walk in. She was like, "We're closed."
Yeah. But Anne got in.
Yeah.
She snuck in. Like a mole.
Super sneaky.
I know.
And then we also went and got donuts. We went to this one place called, what was it?
Blue Star.
Blue Star Donuts.
Where's the Blue Star?
Donuts for grown-ups.
Donuts for grown-up.
I'm not a grown-up, so I didn't appreciate it quite as much as
Me neither. I'm not a grown-up, so.
But then we went to Voodoo Donuts, and that was delicious.
Yes, because that was just sugar. That was great. Yeah.
I really liked all the really different flavors that they had.
Me too.
Because I've been there before, and I bought the mango tango, and that was delicious. I loved it.
The problem is some of them, their names don't quite tell you what they are.
Yeah.
And so but also the names are a little embarrassing, and so I kept having to ask, like, I'm not going to say it on the podcast, but I was like, what is the number 7? Because it had a really dirty name, and I was like, well, I'm not going to say that in front of this guy.
I was like, what's number 2? Oh, that's just poo.
They had like really dirty names, and I was like, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, but
in front of the line.
Yeah, we went to Blue Star Donuts and we went to Voodoo Donuts. We also went to the several Goodwills because we were just
addicted.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we also went to a yarn store, which we will be talking about
later.
It
was super nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It was very nice.
So just so you can like get back to your baking.
Okay.
Do you want to
make some for us for tea? We're gonna have tea later.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Do you want to talk about your project?
So. If you might notice this purple yarn from the very first episode that I was in.
I wonder if it looks purple or does it look blue again.
I don't know. Well, if you watch the episode where I'm sitting on the toilet, this is what that's from. The toilet helped me concentrate, actually. No. Well, I've just been very indecisive with this yarn, and so I keep being unable to figure out what it's good for. I finally figured out I'm going to make a beanie out of it. So I'm just doing a very simple beanie. And you wrote down who it's by. It's called just the adult hat pattern. Fitted, and it's from Cyber Seams, and Janet Ballweber made it. So that's what it is. It's very, very simple. It's just a stockinette stitch beanie, and it's on straight needles, and then I'm going to join it up at the end. So that's what I'm doing. That's my whip.
Yeah. And she lost the tags, but
yeah, sorry.
If I remember correctly, and you can go back to the previous whatever episode and wherever we were on the toilet. That's her favorite episode.
It is.
She keeps asking me if you can. Was that the oven? Yes, that was the oven. Sorry, guys. She keeps asking me if we can film on the toilet, and I'm just like, no, Camilla. There are a reason why there are chairs and sofas.
But the toilet is shaped like a chair, so.
With a hole in it.
Picky, man.
But anyways, this is I'm pretty sure this is the Cascade Ultra Puma. I can't remember if it's just the Cascade Ultra Puma, which is a DK weight, or if it's the Fine, which is, I think, fingering weight, possibly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't remember what color it's in, but it looks purple in person.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it looks blue.
It's capital P, purple. Purple. Okay.
Alright. Well, thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
And if you want to get back to baking,
okay.
Alright. I'm still working on I wrote my notes in this notebook that Camilla made for me. She didn't believe me that I was writing in it because I came over and I put this on the table and she was like, oh, you're using it. I was like, yes, Camilla, I told you. But anyways, I'm making the cathedral windows tablecloth, and it's a pattern by Coates Design. And the yarn that I'm using is Aunt Lydia's, I should know this by now. Aunt Lydia's Classic Crochet size 10. It's just been too long since I podcasted this.
Is this sugar? Sorry.
The jar thanks you for your generosity. If I let her, she would be making those adult jokes that she was making in Portland.
Sorry!
Anyway, the Cathedral Windows Tablecloth by Coates Design. And I've made 2 more since the last time I showed you guys. And the last time I mentioned these, I had said that I didn't like this section right here, but that's actually not the worst section. That's pretty okay compared to this section right around here, like right here. Because in this section, you have to crochet into the chains, which is really unwieldy because chains are inherently unstable, so you have to be very careful about where you're placing your hook to make sure that you get all the right loops. Otherwise, it's going to pull up single threads or go under or over, and then it just takes a lot of time, and you have to be careful about it to make it look right. So that's just taking up a lot of time, and I got kind of tired of how long it takes, because it takes like 1 to 2 days for each of these things. 1 to 2 days for each of these things.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? They're beautiful though.
And I'm not
so
talking about just 1 or 2 hours for each day. I'm talking about sitting down like for the entire day.
Oh.
So I got pretty tired of just like working on these. So that's why I only have 2 this time. Even though the last time I showed you I had 2. So I have a total of 4 now, but I've only done 2 since episode 6, which I recorded in like April.
Oh, yeah.
Because I got really tired of doing those. So as you can probably tell, I'm not very enthusiastic about it. But once I get some of these other whips done, I'm gonna go back to it, and hopefully I'll get it done before too long. I was joking with Camilla. I'm probably gonna die by the time I finish this.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna be buried with
her coffin with it. And I was like, okay. It'd be a very fancy coffin.
So yeah, that's one whip. The other one that that is currently going on that I'm going to be talking about in this episode is the link cushion that I'm making for one of my friends. It's also on hiatus because it was a complete headache. The thing is, I was trying to make it large enough for her. Like, she had a certain size that she wanted, and I was trying to make it large enough for that. But then I was knitting it with worsted weight yarn on like, I think it was size 6 needles.
Really?
Yeah, I think I was using that for the cushion.
Okay.
Because she was saying that she was gonna make, she needed circular needles to make a beanie, but then she didn't have some. Apparently I had some, but
okay.
I was using it anyway, so you couldn't always borrow. But yeah, I was knitting on size 6 needles, and then it was just taking forever. US size 6, I mean. It was just taking forever, and because I think I had like, I don't know, like 87, more than 87 stitches on one panel, and over 100 rows, and it just pure stockinette stitch. It was boring me out of my mind. I got it finished, but then I realized I had some pieces of felt, so I didn't have to just stuff the cushion directly with polyfelt. So because I wanted to use the felt so that the stuffing wouldn't just like start popping out of the cushion, especially if it was washed and dried. So I decided to cut up the pieces of felt and make a cushion out of that to go inside the cover. And that was taking a really long time because I'm working with pretty small pieces of felt. If you can imagine quilting but by hand, that's basically what it was going with. And I just got pretty tired of just working on that one project, so it's on hiatus for the moment. I'm gonna go back to it eventually after I finish some other projects that I'm working on that I'm not gonna be talking about for this episode because we have tons to talk about.
Yes.
So that's all for whips, not a whole lot because I'm gonna be talking about that in the next episode. But I also have a lot of finished objects to talk about. I don't have a lot to show you in person. I'll be putting in pictures for them because I already give a lot of these away. But the first thing is the link scarf and the pig, if you remember that from my last episode. I gave the link scarf to the friend that I was making it for, and she loved it. It was really happy. She was
she did love it.
Yeah,
she loved it.
It was. And I was just like really happy, and so like it was just very fulfilling to be able to know that she liked it, considering how much pain I went through.
Yeah, it's true though.
Yeah. So I gave that to her, and I also gave her the pig, and she loves the pig. She, I took a picture of her, and she put it on her shoulder for the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, so I've been saying for a really long time that I want to make a hat for one of my friends, except that I just never got around to it. Well, Camilla and I went out for tea with her, and I was just like, well, now I really have to do this. So I finally got around to making the hat. I ran out of yarn a little bit too soon, so the brim isn't as long as I would like it to be, or as long as the pattern calls for it to be. But I think it still looks pretty nice, and she was really happy with it as well.
Yeah, I thought it looked beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Because I saw her try it on, I thought it looked wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, that makes me feel better because I thought it might look a little weird because the brim is so
honestly,
short.
Anne makes the cutest hats because they look like kind of like 1920s, like just like really cute hats, and I think they're just the best.
Can you tell why Camilla is like one of my favorite friends?
She's so good at
But
also,
just kidding. But yeah, so the hat that I made was the ridge hat with brim. And that's a pattern by Cool Stitch. I always think Kool-Aid.
oh,
Like the Kool-Aid man.
yeah, I was
But
thinking
no,
that too.
it's by Cool Stitch Crochet. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I actually don't have a picture of that because I finished it on the day that we went to meet our friend. So so I didn't have time to take a picture, and I totally forgot to take a picture of her. Well, I forgot my camera when we were meeting
I
up.
didn't take a picture either.
Yeah, I forgot my camera at home when I went to meet up with her and Camilla, so I couldn't take a picture. But yeah, so I used the yarn that I showed for so many times, Lion Brand Vanna's Choice in Lamb colorway. And the pattern is really easy. Usually I try to make the hats a little bit bigger, but this time I actually did follow the pattern and it was pretty nice. But the only thing is, like I said, I had to end it a little bit early because I ran out of yarn. So if you guys are going to make that pattern with Lion Brand and Vanna's Choice, just know that you're going to have to use, if you're making an adult size, you're going to have to use a little bit more than one skein to make a hat. So I've actually been making making many bluebirds of happiness. So if, I'm not sure if you guys know about that, but I'll put a picture of one of them in here. But it's a pattern by Sarah Elizabeth Kellner. I actually made two of them for Camilla.
Yeah, they're so cute! I love them.
Actually, I think I gave her two of the ones that I showed on the last episode.
Okay.
It's the blue one, the blue
you
and
gave
yellow
me a
one.
blue and yellow and a little green one.
Yeah, the green and blue one.
Yeah.
I gave that to Camilla, and then also because I wanted to try it out.
Yeah.
I made another small one out of the Malabrino Rastita in the Solis colorway, using size 1 needles as a cat toy, and I gave it to the friend to whom I gave the hat as well.
And you put catnip in it?
No, I left the end open.
You left it open.
Yeah,
okay.
so that she could put catnip in it, and if she wanted to. Because the thing is, she's told us, Camilla and I have met her cats before, and she's told us about them many times. And then the thing about her cats is that there's only one cat that actually likes to play with cat toys.
Yeah.
And then two of the other cats are like older and they're not very interested in playing. So I was thinking that, I would like them to play with this blue bird of happiness because it's made as a cat toy. So I left the end open so she could put catnip in to get them a little bit more interested in the toy. But then the thing is, she got home and she gave it to them, and they were like all over it. It was insane. I made it with wool and I stuffed it with cotton scraps because I didn't want them to like eat non-natural fibers. I wasn't sure if it was safe for them.
Oh yeah.
So everything that I made was
whatever cats want, they'll eat whatever they want.
So yeah, it was just made with the Malabrigo Rastita, which is wool, and then the insides was stuffed with scraps of cotton yarn. And then they loved it. And I met up with my friend recently, and she told me that they were just absolutely head over heels for that toy. And apparently it was within the last 2 weeks that we saw her. Yeah, it was within the last 2 weeks, and then when I saw her, she was like, they've absolutely destroyed it by now.
Oh no, really?
Yeah,
no.
the older cat, which is not interested at all in playing, he actually I'm sorry, there's a bug.
Oh yeah.
He actually like absolutely destroyed it. He just chewed up the head of the bird.
Oh no.
And that's horrible.
They're big cats.
That's kind of like, that's mildly terrifying, but also I'm very pleased because
Yeah.
that just shows how much he loves the cat toy. And I actually made another one out of 100% cotton this time because it has some cotton yarn left over. I made some of that out of that, and then she got home and then she showed me this video. She sent me this video of her cats playing with the bluebird of happiness.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love the one I have them, but mine don't have catnip in.
No.
Because I'm not a cat.
Yeah. I mean, hers didn't have catnip either.
Yeah.
So,
Meow.
I think the last finished object that Camilla and I have to show you for this time is the doilies that I made for Camilla.
Yes.
So I've been telling you guys about these for a long while, and I showed you a couple of them in the last episode, but I didn't have the full set. So now you're gonna get the full experience. And just to let you know, once again, this is the Mantilla doily by Coates Design, and of course crocheted using Aunt Lydia's classic crochet size 10.
How can I best show these? Okay, so here are the small ones.
I think you can just hold it.
Yeah, these are the small ones.
I actually messed up, so this one's smaller than the original one. But yeah, so
these, I have a whole set now. These are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, so here are all the small ones.
Yep.
These ones. And then here's a slightly bigger one. Hold that one up. Beautiful. Yeah. And they feel so like sturdy, which I like. They don't feel like they're gonna break or get stained or anything.
And just to repeat once again something I've mentioned in the previous episodes, these smaller ones are ones that I have stocked before the end of the pattern. The full pattern is actually this one, so these smaller ones you can see would end right around here. Yeah.
Yeah, I love this one.
So this one is made using the size 10.
Okay. And the piece de resistance, the big one.
This one is made using Aunt Lydia's size 5, which is why it's so much larger. I used the same needle, I used the same pattern. I went all the way to the end of the pattern, didn't change it at all. It's just the size of the thread was larger.
Yeah, and this one is nice and big. So all these could kind of cover like a tea table. You know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to use them for definitely to cover a tea table when having like friends over or something.
Yeah.
But this one, yeah, these are wonderful. You can see all the really delicate chain links in there, which are just really beautiful. Thank you, Anne.
I'm really glad that she likes it. We got cut off because my phone ran. I should probably set my timer. I feel like Kimmy Knits from it's a podcast.
Oh, you showed me.
No, I think I showed you the. No, I showed you the Bakery Bears podcast. Kimmy Knits is from Come Knit With Us. Oh no.
Oops. Oh no. I'm sorry. Wait, put it back.
Agents of Chaos.
There.
There's a really funny story about that, and I feel sorry for our friend. But sorry guys, we're kind of in a rush because this is the third recording for the same episode.
Wait, it is?
Yeah.
Wait, no, it's not.
No, yeah.
It is the first time. It's fresh.
It's fresh, and we're starting in the middle of it. Whatever, Camilla.
Wait, okay, I was gonna. Oh, wait, continue.
Okay, so if you notice how weirdly cut off that last part was, it's because we ran out of memory again. Because Camilla is here and I'm having so much fun. We're going a little bit longer than I usually do, and I'm not quite as aware of the time. So that's why I'm using my timer now. But yeah, so we just finished talking about Camilla's doilies, and I was going to ask you to show your china that you got here.
Yes.
So she's been preparing to have her friends over for a tea party.
I have for a long time, but it's hard. Okay, it's really hard.
I've been nagging at her because she said that she wanted to do a tea party.
I do want to.
If you guys remember, I was telling you guys that I didn't want to show you the entire doily set because I was waiting to give it to her friend.
Sorry.
This is that friend who has been I was waiting for her to like give the tea party so that I could give her that doily set. But she just kept on dragging it on, and I was just like, whatever, I'm just... Maybe if I give her the doily, she will hurry up and have that tea party.
Well, it worked, because you gave it to me, and then a month later, I'm gonna have a tea party.
A month.
Hey, it takes time to plan, okay? It's gotta be beautiful. And I need the kids who live next door to be quiet before I can have this tea party.
Good luck with that.
That's never gonna happen. Yeah, so...
Anyways,
okay.
That's the reason why she has so many recent acquisitions.
Sorry. Okay, so I've been Anne introduced me to Goodwill shopping for teacups, which as much as I love tea and teacups, I'd never considered before because the Goodwill and Salvation Army where I live are not that good.
Yeah,
like
same.
And so maybe I'd never thought of it. Like I never saw teacups there, but suddenly here in Seattle, the Goodwills are full of teacups, like nice stuff. So
actually, it wasn't me that introduced her.
Really?
It was our friend who introduced her. And I started going, and then she started going.
Yes, our friend introduced us.
Wait, names.
friend.
Did you just throw in
What?
a Canadian coin?
No, I gave
Yes, you
all
did.
my coins. Wait, no, I just put in American coins. When
It
is
has the Queen of England on there.
You hate the Queen?
I'm American. It's required.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't make me guess. No, I don't. USA, USA. Anonymous friend.
Yes, our anonymous
Just
friend.
bleep that later.
Yeah, I will.
Like I said a swear word or something. Just USA. I'm totally joking.
Anyways, tell me about these USA bought, not
All right.
USA made.
Okay,
teacups.
so I will start with some of my favorites. All right, I bought this. It's beautiful. It is Oakley china made in England. It's bone china. Found it at Goodwill. Everything I found for under $5. I got that one. I have this.
Wait, watch out. That has water.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Anne's been drinking out of this one. It's water. No, okay.
What?
No, it's water. So this is a nice one that I picked up at Goodwill. This is the first one I actually got, and I like it, but it is made in USA, and I tend to prefer the ones that are made in England or Japan, just because I like the quality of the china.
Traitor.
Even though we're Americans. And so you can tell, like, this one's nice, but clearly it doesn't feel the same as like the other ones.
I hope everyone understands that everything I've
That's
been
nice.
saying is like a joke regarding like American
Yeah,
pride.
it's totally a joke.
Yeah, we aren't actually like, you know, those
No.
super patriotic people.
Oh my god, no.
The best part,
I love this one though.
I like this one, but then the best part that I like about it is like this section right here because it's actually decorated.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's actually decorated really beautifully.
So if you, I don't know if the camera will focus in time, but then if you look at this area around the handle, it's actually very like sort of like molded or something. I don't know what
It
that's
is,
called.
and none of the other ones actually have that. It's the only one.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful. I love it. This is a Royal Albert that I found at the Goodwill, and it's very gold. It'll be ironic if I drop one of these and break it while I'm showing them. This is a Royal Albert, bone china made in England, and this is one of my favorite ones. I think it's so beautiful. It has a gold decoration on it.
Extremely opulent. When we first saw that,
Extremely opulent. I was like, gold!
we were at the Goodwill, and then she was thinking, like, I'm not really sure, but I like
it. It is very glitzy, but it grows on you, and then you feel very royal when you drink from it.
So if you, and I'll hold it up like this.
Good idea.
And then when she saw it, when Camilla saw it at first, she saw that it was Royal Albert, and she mentioned in sort of like a nonchalant, mildly surprised voice. She was like, "Oh, it's Royal Albert," and I didn't hear her correctly, so I was just like,
Yeah, I was like, and we've been talking about Royal Albert like nonstop for days. This is a Royal Albert, and I was like, "Do you want it?"
No.
Because Anne didn't hear me, so she was like, "Eh," and I was like, "It's." So I repeated it a few minutes later, and she was like, "What?" I was like, "Anne, girl, I told you." Well, I bought it, so. And this final one that I got here locally was a gift from our unnamed friend. This was a gift, and it's really beautiful. It has a really delicate
Lily of the Valley.
Lily of the Valley pattern. Thank you. And this one is made in Japan. This
I'll
is
just hold it up.
Kaisen's. This is made in Japan. And
it's really nice. It's got this gold trim around the edge of the saucer.
Yeah, I love it. I love these kind of things. They're I don't know. They're just so beautiful, and they're. So I've been reading recently. Big shocker. And I've been reading.
How can you possibly have time for that?
And so my final thing is a sugar bowl that I got, and I love this one. This is one of my favorites. This is Mikasa made in Japan. I can't turn it upside down because there's actually sugar in it. This is Mikasa Japanese bone china.
Don't drop it.
And I know, you know why I love it so much? Because of the noise it makes. That to me is the most beautiful noise in the world.
Yeah.
And I just love it. I fell in love with it the moment I kind of saw it and heard it. It's really delicate.
She saw it first, and then she was like, "Oh, I don't really know if I like it." But then she put the lid back on.
But then I heard it, and I just love that sound. It's so delicate, and it's so
very clear,
melodious and clear. So I love this one a lot, and I use it every day for just sugar.
That sound actually sort of reminds me of those glass wind chimes, those Japanese glass wind chimes.
Yeah, it reminds me of
I really
that.
like those.
Yeah. So because it reminds me of all those kind of clear sounds, that's why I love it so much. So this is my local stash, and in the next episode I'll show off some things that I got while I was traveling.
Yeah.
which are really, really nice.
Well, yeah, I don't want to keep you from your baking since
It's in the oven.
Okay, good. All right.
But
In that case, I'll just talk about my
go
stash.
ahead. Go ahead.
So while we were in Portland, we visited. I have the bag here. We visited Happiness. Sorry, I have some coins in here. So I'm just showing you. I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but then there's a Happiness stamp. They stamped their logo on these paper bags, and I really like these paper bags because I use them as project bags. While we were at Happiness, they actually had like this entire display of project bags, and Camilla was looking at them and she asked me, "Em, do you use project bags?" And I was like,
yeah, because I was thinking like maybe if I learn how to sew, I'll make her one.
Yeah.
That's her project bag.
This is my project bag. I just use like whenever I get parcels, like cardboard boxes, I use the cardboard boxes as my project boxes. Or whenever I go to yarn stores and they give these paper bags, I use these. So yeah, we went to Happiness, and one of the things that I bought several things there, but one of them are these brass stitch markers. I have been so long without stitch markers. And
those are nice.
Yeah, I bought these stitch markers because I needed them to make this. I knew that I would probably need them for the socks. Because I'm making socks for Camilla and one of my other friends.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So yeah, I got these brass stitch markers, and they were really nice. They're very easy to bend open and close, especially if the yarn slips through through the crack. So it's very easy to bend, and therefore it's really easy to extract it if you accidentally knit it into the fabric instead of using it as a stitch marker on the needle. But yeah, I've been using these, and I've been really liking them. The only problem is that sometimes they fall on the ground, and then I have to go looking for them because I don't want to lose any of them.
Oh yeah. I remember when you bought those, you were so happy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't so happy about the stitch markers, but I was more happy about the yarn. I was really
it was beautiful yarn.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then the next thing that I bought were these double pointed needles from Knit Picks. They're a sock set. And it's from size 0 to size US size 3, so that's 2 millimeters to 3.25 millimeters. And they actually have the half sizes as well. They say like US size 0, US size 1, US size 1, US size 2, US size 2, US size 3. And I thought it was really strange that US size 1 would have multiple millimeter sizes, because as you can see, it's US size 1, 2.25 millimeters, US 1, 2.5 millimeters, US 2, 2.75 millimeters, US 2, 3 millimeters. And I thought that was really strange, but then when I was inputting a pattern into Ravelry, it said that it's 1.5 is 2.5 millimeters, so I guess that sort of makes sense. But yeah, I've really been liking these, and as you can see, 2 of the needle sets are currently in use and I'm making socks with those, which you will see in the next episode. I'm not discussing them in this episode because it's gonna be too long.
As they are beautiful.
As you can probably tell by now, we are running out of time since we got cut off once already. But yeah, I hope you really like. I feel like I'm talking really fast, but that's how fast I normally talk with
Me too.
Camilla
I
around.
talk so fast. Yeah.
So I hope you guys don't mind. But yeah, that's all I have for this episode. I'm also kind of rushed because I want to make sure that there's enough time to make room for the next episode. But yeah, so that's all we have for this time, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.
See ya.